How do, folks? How you doing? Just a quick one. I just thought I'd give a little update on my last video, and where it goes from there, who knows? Because the reality is, as I call for solidarity, what I see is not just that there is no solidarity and none's coming, but sorry, my dog's trying to get in on the picture. But there are forces at work working dead against solidarity, creating or furthering the divide, should I say, as opposed to creating it. It's already there. Controlled opposition's hard at play. There are people within the truth movement that are more interested in calling others out, and especially when it's something that they do, they're calling others out that do that, whether that's for self-promotion or other nefarious reasons, or genuine reasons, I don't know. But I know what it looks like to me, and that's all that's important to me, in all honesty. All I can do is my best, and I've been shouting out, trying to create some solidarity, and there's been a couple of good people come forward. There really has, and some that I will be talking to. But as far as getting a good group of the heavy hitters around the table is concerned, they're more interested in themselves, they're more interested in self-promoting, they're more interested in trying to haul their wares out on the internet, or whatever they're doing. They're more interested in other things, which you can work that one out for yourself, or ask yourself what the motives are for that. It's not good. It's not good. We need solidarity, but it's absolutely clear to me that there is no solidarity coming. Nobody's getting round that table. Nobody's coming forward. Like I say, there's been a couple of people that have said they're going to come forward and get round the table, and good folks, but it's the usual thing. There's not enough numbers to make a difference, and this is the problem, and this is where the solidarity comes into it, because you absolutely need solidarity. They've got it, the opposition's got it, they work on ours all the time with a divide and conquer. But like I say, I think it's this movement's got more people within it who are acting as though they're the right people, but they're furthering that divide, and divide and conquer seems to be what's on the cards. Sad as it is, and it is really, really sad to see, but one thing's for sure, they ain't coming together. I've tried, and there is no interest in it. I don't know what's best to do from here. I know I have my own private group, and I could be sitting there saying, we're all right, Jack, fuck you, we'll work amongst ourselves, we'll sort our own shit out. I thought I wanted to, well, no thought I wanted to about it. I wanted to try and create some solidarity and bring folks together, because the pressing problem and the main problem that's going on in the world today is the fact that the New World Order is rolling in at 100 miles an hour, and it really is speeding up. The judiciary is on board with it. There's administrative lawlessness wherever you look. The judiciary are not doing as they should. There is no justice as we should have it. Now, I'm not saying nothing out there is working. There are things out there working, but a lot of what used to work is not working how it did. And I think a lot of these groups aren't recognising that, or aren't addressing that, and they're just trying to continually haul their wares and push and push and push. So something has to give, and something has to give from the people to the system that's crushing them, that's taking their rights away. And rights are really important, and without them, you're fucked. And like I say, it seems that there are many people out there, especially in what I would have classed as the heavy hitters, who aren't really hitting heavy, are they? Like I say, they're working more on the divide, and they're not actually working towards bringing people together. Everybody else is a cunt except for me, you know what I mean? Everybody else's shit isn't working but mine, so come to me. And that's what I'm starting to see. Everybody's wrong except for me. Everybody's a wrong un except for me. Now, we've all had that sort of attitude in this game for quite some time, for years. Our own egos keep it that way. But like I say, in times like this, egos need to be brushed aside. People need to come together and bring people together. Now, the reason I called out for the heavy hitters, because people like me don't have the numbers. I speak, a few people hear it, and a few people pass it, and a few people might resonate with it, but that isn't enough to change the world. And any other one that's shouting, especially the ones that are wrong ones that are shouting, or shouting from the wrong angle, trying to create more divide, they haven't got the numbers either. Nobody's really got the numbers until you bring it all together. The only ones that have really truly got the numbers are the shill organisations that the algorithms are pushing, and they push to make sure that anybody coming into this is following that shit. But the reality is, us people that are fighting it from the inside will never have the numbers individually, and that's why we need absolute solidarity. Now, I called out for it a couple of times, I've pushed for it a bit, I've spoke to a few people. Like I say, there are some good ones out there that want the same, but accumulatively not enough numbers, and there are more people working against it than are working for it. So it is a sad thing. Now, where we go from here, back to the drawing board, I suppose. I'm gonna have a couple of chats with some good folks and see what comes of it. There's certainly no table. I got more individuals asking me if they could come to the table than what I would have classed as the heavy hitters. And what I'm starting to realise is the heavy hitters aren't really hitting that heavy at all anyway. They're just blah-blahing, and then, like I say, they're more interested in divide and conquer themselves. They're more interested in slagging others off, pulling other people's processes down, and pushing themselves as the heroes and saviours. So what can you do with that? So folks, don't give up hope. Keep working towards, keep talking to your folks, and talk your folks, your group leaders, and talk to them about solidarity and people coming together. I don't give a shit if they're going to come together with me or not. Like I say, I'm this close to saying fuck it, I'm alright Jack, fuck you. But I'm not really that guy. I only took myself out of the public really due to health constraints, and the fact that it was like trying to hold a thimble to fill up a thimble under a waterfall, as I say. Trying to help people, and you get thousands and thousands of people coming screaming help, help, and when you're one man working alone, it's absolutely impossible. So I went in the private and started working privately with people, and it is what it is. For the past while, my main priority has been my wife. As folks know, I've had cancer. She no longer has cancer, all natural way, so that's a bonus. I'd like to push that a little more. I'd like to help more people with that. I've got some plans on something, but it needs creating. Like I say, same thing about the remedy world. You've got so many folks out there with this despicable created population control disease, in my opinion, that it would be just like trying to fill that thimble up from under a waterfall again if I just put it out there. Also, the dangers of just putting out the old protocol, and what I see from the ones that have spoke to me, it's just gimme your knowledge, gimme what you want, and that's all I see. That's all I see everywhere. Not always people who have got a genuine, or not often people who have got a genuine reason to want to know. So I do want to help people out there, but people will have to come together. People will have to get off their arse and sort the shit out. They're going to have to learn some shit. It's really important. Anyway folks, quick update, and I'll catch you soon. Ta-da.